Yo guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video, I have set myself 3 challenges, and each of them is to create an Iman Gadzhi style animation within Filmora, so you and I can both level up our editing skills. And also I will be giving you some free assets you can use to help recreate this style throughout the video. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Okay, the first challenge I want to tackle is these subtitles. So open up the Filmora, and the first thing we need to do is create captions. So simply right-click your clip, or your audio clip, select speech to text option, then you can select the language you want. And here I select clip selection, and this one to titles, then hit OK. Okay, after creating the caption, you can adjust these titles as you like. So I need to change these layers to 3 parts, so I add another layer like this. So after adjusting your titles, we can customize these. So select all these title layers, and go to the title settings. Then I change the font style to Montserrat font style, like Iman using in his videos, and bring down the font size a little bit. Then go to the multiple sections, and bring these titles a little bit down like this. Okay, so let's put a pause on those subtitles, and now let's work on this black shade, which is a key feature of an Iman subtitle style. So let's see how to create that. So simply go to the stock media, and add this black color under to our text layers like this. Then we need to add a mask to this, so go to the mask, and select this circle mask, then change the scale to 130, and the width to 60, and I move this mask a little bit up for now. Then click invert mask, and increase the blur strength to 60. Then I bring this mask again a little bit up like this. Okay, now our title looks more clear. So we need to focus on animation style. So simply select all these layers, go to the title, select an animation, then select in. So here I add this string blur animation, with 1.3 second duration.
Truly take it in, and if you truly apply what I'm about to tell you.
Okay, then let's add this sliding up animation. So I select here on the timeline, then go to the video section, and create a keyframe on position, then go a few seconds back, and bring down this text layer like this. Then drag this keyframe to the start. Okay, then let's adjust the key graph to smooth this animation. So go to the keyframe panel, and select this last keyframe, and add the curve preset to this. Okay, now it looks like this. Then you can add this slide up animation to your other text layers.
If you truly take it in, and if you truly apply what I'm about to tell you.
Okay, so now we complete the animation part. So next let's add glow effects to our text. So go to the advanced text settings, and enable the shadows. Then I change the color to blue color, and increase the blur to 20, and distance to 0. So then we need to add another shadow effect. So click this plus icon right here. Then I change this shadow color to dark blue, and other settings like the previous one. Okay, then click apply. After that, do the same thing for the other text layers.
If you truly take it in, and if you truly apply what I'm about to tell you.
Okay, now we complete our animation part. So then let's add fade in effect to our black shade. So go to the beginning of the clip, and create a keyframe on opacity. Then bring down the opacity to 0. Then go a few seconds forward, and bring it back to 100. Then go to the key graph. Select the last keyframe, and add the curve preset to this. Okay, finally you can add a mini zoom effect like this. So it's used to emphasize key points. So to create that you need to select the position you need to start, and create keyframes on scale and position. Then go to the position that you need to end, and increase the scale to 110, and adjust the position like this. Then go to the key graph, select all these keyframes, and add curve preset to them. Okay, now our Iman's subtitle animation style is done. So here's the final look.
This video, if you truly take it in, and if you truly apply what I'm about to tell you.
So guys, I think we can check this challenge off. But now let's move on to something a little bit more spicy. So for this next challenge, I want to figure out how to create these vector animations, which have been a big part of an Iman style over the past year. So to really push myself, I want to do two different types, one with an object, and one with a character. So let's see how to do that. So this one I wanted to continue to use free assets for you guys. So I found this vector illustration on FreePic, which is a site that Iman's editor uses himself. Here I select this image to create my animation, so I download it. Now looking at it, we don't really want this background, and I need to separate and isolate a few elements within this image. So I actually go about animating it within Filmora. Now again, we want to keep this free, so I'm going to be using an alternative to Adobe Illustrator, fixthephoto.com. There will be a link in the description. So basically we just open up this vector illustration file on this website. And you can see all the layers here once. We go to this layers panel, and basically, all we want to do is hide or delete any element that we don't want to be seen. So for example, I need to export this coin. So I hide all these layers, except the coin layer. Then you can adjust the size of this image. After that, go to the file, select export, and export this image as a PNG. So then you need to do the same thing for the other images. So I do it like this. Okay guys, after exporting your images, add them to the Filmora. So now my objective with this animation is to animate the person's hand up and down to show these three main things. So the first thing we need to do is create these icons. So I add this circle shape to the timeline. Then I add my coin image to this. Then I bring down the scale to something like 70. After that I add the drop shadow like this. Okay, then I add this circle line image to the timeline. Then I like to add rotate animation to this. So I create a keyframe on rotate at the start. Then I go to a few seconds forward and change the rotation to 360. Then I split this layer right here. Then let's adjust the key graph. So go to the key graph, select both keyframes, and add the curve preset to this. Then I take a copy of this layer and paste 2 times like this. Okay, then let's change this circle color to something different color. So go to the color tab, select color wheel, then I change these to blue color. Then go to the curves and adjust the curve like this. Okay guys, now our first icon is complete, but we have to create 2 more. So let's make that quickly. Okay, after that we need to animate these icons. So first let's change these to compound clips. Okay, then let's adjust the scales and positions on these icons. Okay, let's animate this. So I need to add slide up animation to this icon. So I select here on the timeline, then select all these layers, and create a keyframe on position. Then go to the beginning, and bring down these icons like this. Okay, then go to the keyframe panel, select this last keyframe, and add the curve preset to this, then do the same thing for other layers. After that I adjust these layers to get a nice look. Okay guys, now we need to add our person to this animation. So before doing that we need to add another animation for these icons. So let's move these icons a little bit up, So I select here on the timeline, then select all these layers, and create a keyframe on position and scale. Then go a few seconds forward, and I adjust the scale and position like this. Okay, now let's adjust the key graph. So go to the keyframe panel, select all these new keyframes, and add the curve graph to this, then do the same thing for other layers. Okay guys, now our animation looks like this. So now let's add our character to this animation. So here I hide my all icon layers for now. Okay, let's add our character to the timeline. Okay, so in this case I'm going to animate his right hand, head, and left hand using rotation. But here's the important part. If I click on the arm layer, and try to rotate right now, it's going to rotate from the center of the frame, not the center of the arm. But there are two quick and easy solutions in Filmora to make this work. So I include this image that marks out the center of the frame, in that assets file. And you can use it in the Filmora. So second solution is the new ruler and guides feature. So this feature is available in the latest Filmora update, so you can enable that. Simply go to the project settings, and select ruler. Then you see the rulers appearing on the preview. So right-click on the ruler, and select Add Guide. So then first select vertical, and here you can change the line color. Then here you can set the line position, so I need to set it to center, which means 960. After that hit OK. So now you can see we have a vertical line in the center. Then we need to add a horizontal line as well. So add another guide, and this time select horizontal, and the position is 540. Okay, then we need to bring his arm's pointy part to the center. So I simply drag it to the center like this. Okay, then we can change this to a compound clip. So select the layer, and press Alt+G to create a compound clip. So now when we rotate his arm, you can see it's rotated perfectly. So then you need to do the same thing for the other part of the character. So I do it like this. So now we need to animate our character. So first I select his left arm, and go to the beginning, then create a keyframe on rotation. Then go a few seconds forward, and change the rotation to 10. Then go a few seconds forward again, and change it back to 0. So now we need to loop this animation. So simply right-click on the keyframe, click Select All Keyframes, then right-click again, and click Copy Keyframe. Then go to the last key, right-click on the layer, and select Paste Keyframe. Okay, now we have created our animation. So let's adjust the key graph. So go to the keyframe panel, select all these keyframes, and add the curve graph to this. So now it looks like this. So after that you need to repeat the same process for other parts. So I do it like this. Okay guys, now our character looks like this. So now it looks more perfect. So then I select all the layers of our character, and change it to a single compound clip. So now I like to add slide up animation to our character. So now you already know how to create that. So I fast forward that. Also additionally, I add this image behind our character. Then I adjust the scale and position. After that I create an animation using a mask like this. Also, you can add glow and shadow effects. And also let's add a wiggle effect to these icons to get a more creative look. For that, go to the effects, select video effect, select shake, then select mild effect, and add it to this layer. Then go to the effects settings, and change the frequency to 1.5, and disable the RGB separate. Then add a mild effect to the second icon, and use different frequency values to get a randomized look. Okay guys, now our vector animation is complete. Also, you can apply film grain overlays and filters for your animation, which is something that in Iman's editor does quite a bit. So with that done, I feel like I can now check our second challenge. So now let's move on to the coolest challenge, creating this text overlay. So guys, I added zoom and movement to my clip, because I need to add my text overlay right here. Also, I need to put that overlay behind him. So I duplicate this layer. And then I split this layer right here. Then go to the AI tools, and I enable this AI portrait to remove this background. Okay, now let's see how to create the text overlay. So first add a black color overlay to the timeline. Then go to the mask, select rectangle mask, and you can adjust the mask shape, height, and width as you like. Okay, then let's add a little 3D look to this. So go to the drop shadow, change shadow color to white, distance to 3, blur to 0, and increase opacity to 100. Okay, after that let's change this to a compound clip, so you can press Alt+G to create a compound clip. Okay, then I bring this cutout layer to the top like this. Okay, then I adjust the text overlay position like this. Then go to the compositing, and change the opacity to something like 80 and 90. After that, go to the drop shadow. So this time change the shadow color to gray color, distance to 2, and blur to 10. Okay guys, now we need to add spin animation to this. So go to the effects, select Boris FX, select particles, then select BCC wildcards effect, and add it to our overlay layer. Then go to the effects settings, first select array, and change the number of cards X and Y to 0. Then increase the global scale as you need. Then go to the wildcards, and change this to 1 card. Okay, now we can add spin animation to our text overlay. So I change the tumble value to something like -10. Okay, then go to the beginning of this layer, change the spin value to -3, and create a keyframe. Then go to the end, and change it to 15. Okay, now we added a nice spin look to our text overlay. So then let's add slide up animation to this, so I add it like this. Okay, after that you can add a wiggle effect to this. So go to the effects, select video effects, select shake, then select mild effect, and add it to this overlay layer. Then go to the effects settings, and keep these settings to default, and disable this RGB separate. Okay guys, now we add a nice wiggle look to our overlay. So next let's add some text effects to this. So go into this compound click, then bring this black layer to the second layer. After that, add any light color layer under the black layer, because we need to find the safe area on our overlay layer. Okay, now let's add some text. So go to the text, and add the default title to the timeline. After that, go to the advanced settings, and you can create the text as you like. So I create my text like this. So guys, after that I add this money bag image to this text overlay and create a simple animation using scale and opacity like this. So finally let's add the light sweep effect. So first I hide this background layer. After that add a new adjustment layer to the timeline. Okay, then go to the effects, select Boris FX, select lights, then select this light sweep effect, and add it to this adjustment layer. Okay, then go to the effects settings, and change the direction to 30, cone width to 350, and center and shape values to 0. Okay, let's animate this. So I select here on the timeline, and change the X position to 0, and create a keyframe. Then go to the end, and change it to 1. Okay, then let's add this light effect to these edges. So scroll down and select edges, then increase the light elevation to 100, edge intensity to 100, and edge threshold to 50. Okay, now it has a nice edge lighting effect. So guys, now our text overlay is complete. So let's go back to the main timeline, and let's see the result. So guys, you can see it looks super sweet, and with all those challengers now checked off. So please enjoy this playback of all the effects we created in this video, and I hope this video helps you. Don't forget to download the free assets pack through the link in the description, and in my Discord, and also if you like this kind of tutorial, please leave a like this video and be sure to subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. So let's meet up the next video. Take care and peace.
I can't take it, I can't take it. You got me feeling alright. Every day by your side. Can you tell me a lie? 'Cause I can't take it, I can't take it.